What's up, guys? It's Shanika here for Broke2dope, and we have Miss Relly Jade with us. Those who don't know you, just introduce yourself.
My name is Relly Jade. I'm an MC. I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm here to rock your world for the other day.
Okay. So you're from Pittsburgh. When did you make your way to Atlanta?
I moved here when I was in 6th grade, so I could say, like, people want to say, like, oh, you're from Atlanta, but I'm really not from Atlanta. Like, Northside, Gwinnett. Okay, I live in Gwinnett, so it's like Pittsburgh, Gwinnett.
Right. So how does those two worlds influence your music?
Oh man. Well, Atlanta, I would say, as far as like my sound, like some of my lyrics, I felt like I have like more of like a southern accent and some things, you know, just how we talk and stuff. So that, and it's a different culture. Pittsburgh, I probably wouldn't have been doing music if I was still in Pittsburgh. So Atlanta definitely influenced the music. I was actually dancing in Pittsburgh. I took like dance classes and stuff. So yeah, Atlanta helped the music.
What got you into music?
Okay, well, when I was in high school, like 9th grade, maybe 9th grade, I got into party promoting. But as long as, like, while that was happening, like, when I was younger, I always wrote, like, you know, poetry. I had, like, a diary and all that kind of shit. But I didn't really think as in song form yet. So while I'm in high school and I'm, like, you know, promoting for these, like, teen clubs, it was, like, Excalibur, Caliente, just Gwinnett shit. So, you know, I got to just kind of see the come up of, like, Travis Porter and, like, Showstoppers, like, when Whip Rico was out. Like, I was around a lot of shit, so I got to know like producers and stuff, and really one of my homies like had a studio in his house, and like it was my first time recording. I recorded like a fucking jerk song. It was my first song ever like recording for real, and when I heard that shit, I literally knew that day like, nah, this is what I have to keep doing. Like this shit was, so ever since then it's every day is learning, even to this day. So
Most definitely. And where are we gonna catch you at?
I will be performing this Saturday. It's at Fly Chicks. It'll be off on Edgewood. Yeah, all-female stage. The promotion for it's Girls Meet World or something like that. So yeah, they got some other female rappers up there.
Awesome. So how do you think like females are in this industry? Is it more love, kind of deep?
Hell no. Okay. I wish it would be more love. I think a lot of female artists need to stop being like petty and just come together, because like, you know, life is short to be just having, you know, issues or just creating issues, and we're all talented. So it just depends. I've already dealt with both sides of it. I've dealt with female artists that are willing to work, and then some that are just hating when I don't even know you. So
yeah,
you got that, and that's just, there's two types of people. So I say that it's a little weak right now. The love, there's a lack, and I think that over time, hopefully, it'll get better. But we'll just have to see.
definitely. So you worked with like Grown Fortune. How was that?
He's fun. Like,
I bet.
how I even met him. Can I explain that?
Yes.
Like when I say it was probably like the universe working, because I didn't even know him. I was at South by Southwest 2 years ago for my first time, and I was at a Nice Kicks event, and I was with, you know, Earth Gang, and then I was with like Spillers Village, and like they like introduced me to him, regular shit, like handed me a CD, like here, whatever. I came back once everybody was back in Atlanta. We were at the basement, and I remember I was just there to like party, like I swear. And then Chilio come up like, oh, so you trying to perform tonight? I was like, well, he was like, why aren't you performing? I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, Steve Aoki and Noah had put this show together, and I'm like, I mean, I know the niggas, but I mean, they know I rap, but they never asked me, so, you know, I'm just there to party. Chilio then was like, okay, if I talk to them, you can just perform. I'm like, alright, I'll see what's up. Like, I got my music, I'm down.
Yeah.
He talked to them, turns out the person that was going to open wasn't even there, so, or wasn't coming or something. So I got to do 2 songs. Did 2 songs, I was hyped, excited, because at that time, that was my first, like, time really performing in front of, like, some people I already knew in Atlanta. I just haven't really done, like, Atlanta shows yet. So, minutes go by, and I see Rome. And I was like, oh yeah, that's that guy, like, you know,
Yeah.
still not really knowing shit. I'm just like, you know, oh yeah, that guy I met, like, you know, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna say what's up, fuck it. So I was like, hey, you know, I remember you, like, I met you at the thing. He's like, what's up? I just was like, oh, you missed my performance. Like, I was telling everybody that missed it, like, you missed my shit. So he's like, oh, you rap? I'm like, yeah, I be spitting, we do whips. So he's like, well, get my number, I might need you for the studio, like, tomorrow. I got some shit I'm doing. So I was like, alright, I'll see what's up. In my mind, I'm like, whatever, nigga, like, this nigga could be, like, lying, like, you know, I didn't know. Next day, I really was able to pull up. I pull up, I met him and his manager, Mike, and, he played the song, he played a few songs, like, all I ever heard at that time was what was on that EP that, what was it, like, Drive, Thighs, and Lies, something like that, I don't know. So, and it was funny, he was all like, you know, do you need a writer? I'm like, nigga, no. Wrote the nigga 2 verses, like, pick one. Regardless, after that, his manager was like, oh, I know a producer that, like, might, you know, would, like, fuck with your shit. Yeah. He's the one that brought me to Obi, so if it wasn't for Obi, there'd be no Love Go. Like, it all was from that session. It was crazy.
That's
so,
dope.
all just off of just, like, meeting him. Like, so, you know, these cool people, though.
So where did you get the term Love Goat from?
When I was in South by, at that same party that I described, I was leaving. I'm sorry, I be high all the time. But I'm leaving this party, you know, after meeting Rome, walking out. I look across the street and I see this bar and it's called Love Goat, and I just like was kind of stuck for a second. Like the name, like nothing ever really stuck for real, but that shit just kind of stuck with me for a minute. And I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. Honestly, I just kept thinking of that bar. Never went in because I was, like I said, walking with, you know, Earth Gang and them. I didn't want to be the only one like, hey, let's go in that bar. Yeah. So I just kind of kept it to myself. But after coming back to Atlanta, after having that session with Rome, then after having a session with Obi, it wasn't until I met with Obi that I was like, oh yeah, we about to work on this project. I'm calling this shit Love Goat. And I was like, just what it means to me, I'm a sucker for love already. My last relationship was like 4 or 5 years ago, and I just have been like this, so like, not anti-love, but just, you know, like, fuck that shit, I'm about to worry about me, like, so Love Goat is still just kind of like my escape for expressing myself about this shit. And then everyone always wants to ask me if Goat's like greatest of all time or whatever, but that's not what my head was at for that at first. But to me now, since niggas want to bring this shit up, I'd be like, okay, well, why not just, like, I'll be like, good morning, goats, whatever, like, my fans, my supporters, I call y'all my goats, because in my mind, I'm going to spread my love, and I want everybody to be great. I want everyone to feel great. So yeah, you goat too. We all goats, but I'm the mama love goat. You know, like, so goat's like my mascot too. It's a lot that's like really happening with that. So it was nothing that came into something. It's not dope.
So now we all love Goat too. How was creating that project?
How was creating it? A lot smoother than the first. I learned it a little better. I mean, it's still like, I think this goes back to high school and me hating school, but I turned in my projects last minute. Yeah. When I say I recorded this like the day before I put it out, I literally recorded all three of the songs the day before. And you would think like, why? Like, this is because throughout the whole month and all that, like my recording, I wouldn't say now, but just for the past year, my recording isn't as current as I would like or as it should be. So I do a lot of my other planning. It's like, okay, if I'm not recording, there's still other shit I could be doing. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to build the promotion, build the anticipation. The recording part's the easiest part. I know what the fuck I'm putting on there. I know what I'm saying. So, you know, I went in there, did this shit real fast. But I'm still like, I mean, but I have my ways of doing things. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing this every year. It's going to be a serious project. I want it to be like an overall, like, that's like my growth as an artist, and I want you to see that, you know? So putting it together like that, it's bigger than what anyone expects. Like, it's a series. So you could be like, oh, I like Love Goat 4 better than I like Love Goat 8, or, you know? And honestly, like, I'm still going to drop EPs throughout the year and, like, do features and shit, but you're always going to know on my birthday Love Goat, whatever number's coming out. And then I'm 22, it's Love Goat 2, 23, Love Goat 3. It just all comes together.
Perfect.
So, you know, it's just like all just art for everybody. And just, I want it to be as real and as genuine and as authentic as I can make it.
So you do more art, not just music. What else you do? We got some paintings here.
I paint. I mean, I be drawing and sketching not as much as I used to. That's why I'm doing it more. Cause I'm like, I used to do a bunch of bullshit. Like second grade, like I be paintings for my teachers and shit. But I could do a lot of things. So like even some of my music videos I'm doing, I'm gonna be doing some choreography to show you guys that I can dance. Like there's a lot of things that's gonna be happening. It's not just, you know, the music. I'm an overall artist and I'm gonna try to do more, even with instruments and playing instruments. So expect more each year as well.
Okay, so we always like to ask our artists, do they have a Broke2dope moment?
Not a lot of people know, just a few. Like I just got a new job that like somehow just like is gonna help me so much. Like I work for a casting agency. It's retarded. But regardless, I haven't been working for a year, not by choice. I'm still living with my folks. I love my folks. But for like the past year, like I couldn't, like I don't know. After I lost my, I got fired for going to South by Southwest last year. Well, the past last year.
That was me 2 years ago.
Yeah, on some just fuck shit. So really, it's been like okay. And then I got a job. I was actually working at Fresh to Death, and like it was probably not even 2 miles from my house. But without a car, I just got this car too. Just got a car and a job for the same week. Like just bounced the fuck back. But for the longest, you got to deal with the trying to get to A and B. Yet I'm still trying to do my music shit, barely making it to shows. Like doing free shows, not getting gas for that shit, not eating off that shit. Like there's a bunch of sacrifices that happen. But I can say, yeah, the Broke2dope moment now is, got my car now, got my job now.
And it's going up.
Yeah, like, it's just different. It's different. I'm actually excited to invest in some more shit. So my website's back. It's a lot of shit that's just been back. So I would say from a year of just grinding and like I literally was like, nah, like I'm not looking for a job. Like my parents were like, okay with it, like just straight music. I'm thankful enough I had like friends looking out for me and you know, people doing the people and always do like the graphics and shit for me. Like luckily, yeah, I got some people that just to still believe in my shit. Without them, while I was broke trying to be dope, I would not be dope right now. Like so, yeah, I don't know. I just hope I don't have to go back broke. But I always tell myself I wasn't broke. You tell yourself you're broke, you gonna stay broke.
Right. We dope. Everybody dope.
Right? we dope.
Okay, so before we go, just tell everyone where they can check out your music, where we can find you online.
You can find me at rellyjade.com. You can find all my videos at youtube.com/rellyjade. You can see all the shit that I talk on Twitter /rellyjade. You can see me smoke every day on Snapchat /rellyjade. What else? Everything's Relly Jade. Find me. Hit me up. What's up?
Well, thank you so much, Relly, for
well,
talking with
you.
us. And we're about to be out.
Broke2dope. I love you guys.
Perfect.
Damn. We have no chemistry.